Let's bring in Peter King, former New York Republican congressman, and he joins us now. Excuse me, just grabbing a sip here. So, Peter, good to have you with us today. What are your thoughts on what happened with Joe Manchin and blocking this bill? And now he's obviously very angry about the way that this was handled. And we're waiting for Jen Psaki to walk out, and she's one of the people that he's not too happy with based on what she said.
Yeah, first of all, I think she was totally out of line in the shot that she took at Manchin yesterday. It was totally inappropriate. Joe Manchin has done all he can to try to make this work. It won't. He just couldn't get it done, and that's the president's fault, not Joe Manchin's fault. I think Joe Manchin has not only saved the country, he may have saved the Democratic Party. I'm inclined to agree with the Wall Street Journal that this gives the Democrats the opportunity to retreat gracefully. Maybe they can blame it on Joe Manchin, but that bill was a disaster economically. And as Joe Manchin said, besides the money involved, it was really going to restructure American society, restructure our economy. And to do that in a giant bill like this was really irresponsible. And I tell you, I was in politics a long time. For Joe Manchin to stand up to the entire Democratic Party the way he did, I mean, these are the men and women he has to work with every day. He has to walk back and forth from his office with them. He has to sit with them on the Senate floor. There's a lot of peer pressure. And I'm sure also they contributors and special interests calling him, calling up friends of his. For him to stand tall the way he did, really as a party of one, I give him tremendous credit. I knew Joe somewhat in the Senate when I was in Washington. He was a great guy to work with. Basically, what he says is what he does. And I think some of the young people in the Biden administration, these staff people, thought they could outsmart him or they could pressure him. You don't pressure Joe Manchin. He's a tough guy.
Yeah, it's interesting. There's Washington Post reporting this afternoon, Congressman King, that says that he offered $1.8 trillion, but he would not go along with the expansion of the child tax credit, and that was the deal breaker. What's your response to that report?
Again, it could be accurate. I don't know whether they're trying to make him look bad in some ways, because obviously he does support, I believe, the child tax credit. What it was, he wanted that budgeted. They were trying to say that was just a one-year program when you knew it was going to be extended for 10 years, but they weren't counting that money in the the cost of the bill. And so I think they're going to try and pick and choose here to try to make it sound as if Joe Manchin doesn't care about kids, he doesn't care about senior citizens, he doesn't care about the disabled. They're going to take all these cheap shots at him. But the fact is, listen, he's in a state where he won overwhelmingly. He's been the governor, he's been the senator. He's a strong guy, and he knows his constituents, and he also knows himself, and he knows what he wants in politics and he wants in government, and he's not going to back down.
Yeah, I think it's a great point. Let's pull up this Fox Business polling, and this is probably these are probably the kind of numbers that Senator Manchin looked at, because the question was, do you think that this social spending plan will hurt the economy? 42% said, yes, if we spend this kind of money and we see the inflation that's happening, it's going to hurt the economy. 19% said you can spend all that money, but it's not going to help the economy. So you're up in 60% range on those numbers, but
right.
It's clearly the progressives who are really angry at Joe Manchin here. This is Ilhan Omar, Representative Ilhan Omar in the House. Watch.
We all knew that Senator Manchin couldn't be trusted. The excuses that he just made, I think, are complete.
Yeah, she called it complete BS at the end of that. That's why it was bleeped out. Right. Your reaction to all that, sir?
Anytime you can be criticized by Omar, that shows that you're right. I have absolutely no respect for her, no regard for her at all. And she's on the extreme left wing of the party, the anti-Israel wing of the Democratic Party. I have no use for her. And the fact that she is attacking Joe Manchin so strongly, that to me proves more than ever that Joe Manchin is right. If you ask me who I stand with, Joe Manchin or Omar, I wouldn't go near Omar. I'm with Joe Manchin.
So this editorial that I mentioned in the Wall Street Journal today says something that I think has kind of been in the wind for a little while. Whether or not he should consider getting rid of his chief of staff, Ron Klain, and Susan Rice. And she's just walking into she's taking questions right now. So Peter King, thank you. Just hang with us. We're going to take a look at this.